Productions presents Street Topics, and you don't want to get caught slipping. You don't know what topics they're going to serve you, from current events to politics, for topics that they don't even want to talk about. From old school remedies.
We run out of medicine. Grandma had our remedies. But I'm not going to lie. One remedy that I wish I could remember exactly what she had, but she mixed them together. And when I by the time I got through with that, I must have been the most drunk. I felt drunk. I know I didn't understand what drunk, but now I look at it.
Heated topics causing disagreements.
Negative, because that's what all of y'all like. It's just very heavy and negative. Well, so we're all saying have emotional conversations when we're just bashing each other.
On another show, we ain't negative, woman, girl.
No matter how heated the conversation may get, these gentlemen always come back together with solutions.
Better than this, you got to learn how to respect each other. Respect each other's differences. You know, we're not supposed to all think alike.
Tune in every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Subscribe so you can stay connected to Soul Productions and Street Topics.
What's up, everyone? It's another episode of Street Topics.
Street Topics, y'all.
Street Topics. And we are hitting on, yes, we're talking about the most controversial figure. We're talking
what is the most controversial right now that's going on?
You ain't never, it's going on the Olympics up in Paris. We got the whole thing with
the he, she, it thing.
Oh, God, you going to, well,
is that what it is? Is it the he, she, it?
See, yeah, the it, since you want to go there, you don't piss some people off with that, but yeah, the it.
I don't give a damn, because guess what? What the shirt says? Real and raw. So if they don't like it, hey, 2 tears in a bucket.
That part right there. But you know what? Since we're on this, let's go ahead and start with a little news media clip. So they can kind of get, I guess, from the. Do you like ABC? Everybody has their own feelings when it comes to this kind of stuff.
You know what? All the news media it has some form of propaganda with half truth and half lies. You just have to know which one is telling the freaking truth.
That
the
part.
Most.
Right.
Black folks, they go to ABC where they lie the most and don't tell you the truth the most.
Right. So let me go ahead and start this clip real quick so you can see. And we're going to go straight from ABC, I believe, right here to controversy. After this commercial break. Don't you love news ads? Anyway.
Let's talk about women's boxing, now at the center of an Olympics controversy after Italian boxer Angela Carini abandoned her bout against Algerian boxer Imane Khelif after only 46 seconds. After the match, false reports surfacing alleging that Khelif is a transgender woman. The International Olympic Committee saying in a press conference on Friday that the Algerian boxer was born female, was registered female, lived her life as a female, and has a female passport. ABC's Inez de la Catera joins us now live from Paris with more. All right, Inez, we know the Italian boxer has since apologized, but what exactly is behind the story?
Hey, Rachel. Yeah, so it's quite a complicated issue. Essentially what happened is you had the Algerian boxer Imane Khelif facing off against Angela Carini, the Italian boxer. Carini withdrawing after just 46 seconds of that match. That's really unheard of for that to happen in boxing. And she then refused to shake Khelif's hand. So that put Khelif in the spotlight and reignited this debate over whether Khelif should be allowed to participate in women's boxing. And that is because at the World Championships last year, she was disqualified after she failed to pass a gender eligibility test. I should point out, we don't know what that test was. And you later had the head of the International Boxing Association coming out to say that Khelif has the XY chromosome. ABC News has no way of verifying that, but that means that Khelif has now become the target of, a lot of cyberbullying, and you now have the IOC and other boxers coming out to defend her.
Right, Inez, thank you so much for tracking this for us. Thank you. And you'll be back in the next hour with more on what medals Team USA could be bringing home today. So we look forward to seeing you very shortly.
So that is who I'm talking about, y'all. And I'm not gonna lie, I straight up said like this got to be a man. I'm not gonna look. I said it. I said it. I thought she was.
Well, I'm listening. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Look, from this when this story just broke out at first, they were talking about like how she failed the gender test at the previous competition through some kind of testing. And then in the midst of the fight that ended in like 30 seconds, you have the other one pretty much scared for her life, saying that I fear for my life after receiving it. It wasn't even not too many punches. It's like, I guess, a 1-2, and her nose is broken. And after this, we have an whole bunch of back and forth saying like she was she's originally a woman, and she just came from a rough background and all this and much. I wish I had my other guest on here because I don't. But yeah, that's what's going on. And then you have a lot of other professional, because it's not just me, professional boxers saying that she's a man. So I don't know what's going on.
I know what's going on.
What's going on? What you about to say?
How in the hell would you trust the Algerian to say that she's a female and you don't test her your damn self?
Oh shit.
And what type of test? How are they going to say on the media that there's no way they can find out her DNA, her chromosomes? That's bullshit. And if anything, you have a woman and several women go in there in the restroom and you tell her strip it down to see if the motherfucker's naked. And if it's hanging, if it's walking on 3 legs, or it ain't walking at all.
That is the best way to find out. Look, you can't hide that part.
You can have a doctor to even check if you have ovaries, a uterus. You can validate all that with just a certified medical doctor. There's different ways to approach this. Now, from what I see, until I see any medical report, this motherfucker is a dude want to be a woman. Just like majority of these people that's pushing their agenda to want to make the whole world gay, which they hijacked the word gay. They hijacked the flag, the rainbow, because it was biblical. Now they're making it into something evil. And they, like I said, they hijacked the word gay.
Oh God.
And because they hijacked the word gay, how can you call yourself gay when it originally means happy, but you walking around not happy because you're trying to force everybody to like your bullshit that's out of order? So if this is actually a woman, this is an ugly motherfucker.
God damn, you said what everybody was afraid to say.
This is an ugly ass person. When I say ugly, it looked like somebody kept whooping that ass with the ugly stick. I'm telling you, it looks like a dude want to be a woman. That's why it looked to me, it looked ugly.
Oh man.
You know, and it's damn, man. Can I say? Can I say like?
Man, just say it. Just say it. I'm just gonna eat cracker. I'm eating cracker while you build up your thoughts.
You sure I can go there?
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. If I was single, I wouldn't even touch her with your dick. That's how ugly she is.
The fuck? Wait. Why you use my shit? The fuck up now. I didn't expect you to pull me in the goddamn conversation. Could have warned somebody. Hell no.
That's the kind of motherfucker you keep the lights off. And you hope nobody trips and cut the light on.
I'm talking about embarrassment. But there has been saying that She was originally born a woman. She just has extra XY chromosomes that pretty
Last
much.
time I checked, a woman had extra chromosomes. Her ass would have facial hair just like you. That's normally.
This. Well, if you look at this time, a comment says like the 24-year-old has never identified as a transgender or intersex, but she did fail a gender eligibility test in the 2023 World Championship. That's what I was talking about, according to the International Box.
Well, see the problem is this. There's several factors and several things that's wrong. One is the LGBT is still trying to force other people to accept them when they can't even accept themselves. Right?
Thank you. I've been wanting to say that for the damn longest.
Because if you can accept yourself, truly accept yourself, why are you forcing people to accept you? Why are you forcing yourself?
If anything, if you're yourself,
in activities or events that you're not welcome. Okay. So the other thing is, if it was, say for example, a man strikes his wife. By law, that is what?
Assault.
That's assault. Violence. So what is the fucking difference
his ass is
if
going to jail.
A man that wants to be classified as a fucking woman, but he's still a man, and he strikes another woman that by DNA chromosome, he's a man, she's a woman. Isn't that still an assault? So now what's going on? The laws are trying to be changed to conveniently to allow, if you think about it, allowing a man to strike a woman. So what is going to happen from there is more problems.
You know
and
what?
Then if you really want to, if transgenders, the ABC community really wants to participate in a motherfucking sports in the Olympics, create your own shit.
True.
Stop
like, what's wrong with
your
that?
Shit. Create your own shit.
Well,
some things black folks wasn't even. That's why some things black folks wasn't allowed by whites. But what happened? What happened? Simple. We started creating our own shit. We started using our own imagination and pushed to the side. What did the Jews do? People didn't want to accept the Jews. They created their own
stuff.
So why in the hell are you on God's green earth trying to force somebody to accept your shit because you yourself cannot accept what you're doing because you know the shit is wrong, but you still want to continue it and you want to live this lie. And at the same time, you want to go around, for as the men want to be women, you want to go around assaulting females, and then you want to insult females that were born as a female, and some of them are called females that were born as females as baby carriers when your ass can't even get a big turd out.
Not a turd. Shitting all over the place. God damn. Okay, so with all this instead, like that does bring up a good point, because it's like, so we're going to allow men to go into women's sports, we're going to allow women to go into men's sports. It's like, what's the standard nowadays? Like, there's no boundaries.
I tell you this much.
And then on top of it, okay, I put like well, before you say that, because I know you're about to go off. What if we put Mike Tyson in the women's division? I know all the
And it's the same type of foolishness thinking. The example that you just gave, that everybody is trying to say it's okay.
But
then in the civilian sector, if a dude slap the shit out of a woman, his ass go to jail.
Oh yeah, and
I'll be damned if my daughters was boxing and it was a dude trying to pass as a female and I'm ringside, I'm going to climb in that ring and I'm gonna fuck his ass up street style, not that boxing shit, because the boxing shit is only good for so far. I'll put that street ass whipping on that motherfucker. Because that is a serious assault.
So as I get different things, I have another comment I want to pull up, and it was a very similar incident. We had like, let's see, hold on, wrong. I'm pull that too, but League 220. Look, I butchered that whole name. This person, 28, has faced similar backlash while securing a bronze medal at least in Paris after she was disqualified from the same tournament as Khelif was for failing the same test. I found it interesting. And so she just got bronze.
It's a game. It's a game of self-destruction. And the sad part is, as Baker probably would somewhat agree, because he and I don't agree with every fucking thing. But what he would agree is this is more of a, not just a physical, but this is more of a spiritual issue, because there's no more than a devil that's twisting people's head way of thinking and looking at things. What's right, they wanted to make it look wrong, and what's wrong, they want to make it look like it's right. This is bullshit, and this is the reason why the world is so fucked up and upside down now. It's simple. Because of this same fucked up type of mentality.
I can definitely see that. And I'm trying to pull up the picture because, like, when one of the posts, and I think going to defend the boxer, they showed a childhood photo of, I think, the person. And it's kind of showcasing, here you go. I'm about to pull it up. So that I can show equal sides. Yeah, I did like that because I had someone comment like, everybody deserves fair opportunity. They can go wherever they want to and how they feel.
How they feel. No, see, and that's the problem with society. Everyone is scared to hold somebody accountable. Everyone is scared to speak up. Everyone is scared to put a line in the sand and say, don't cross it. But then when people cross them, because there's no line in the sand, and then there's no true fucking leadership that let their balls drop, then now there's chaos. And now because it's chaos, now everybody wants to blame one another, but nobody wants to look and say it's their fault for not stepping up.
So here's the picture I just pulled up.
That's an ugly motherfucker.
Hell, you are ruthless as hell.
That's an ugly motherfucker.
You are ruthless as fuck.
The parents must look good to have an ugly child like that.
Jesus Christ. All right, so this is the picture that is going on the internet that described her childhood as difficult, and proof that she is actually a woman.
That's not fucking true.
Oh God.
Look at Gabrielle and old boy. He said he classified himself as a woman, as a transgender. And that motherfucker at an early age dressed up, looking like a goddamn woman, but looked like a fucking fool to me.
God damn. You just came in arms ready, didn't you?
This doesn't say shit. You do a test, an actual test that's not biased by an independent scientist, by an independent doctor, that's a professional. Then and then only I would believe it. But other than that, I don't believe this shit. Because it's too many undercover people. Excuse me. Too many undercover people that are parents. That's part of the ABC community that's hiding.
You in this damn ABC community.
And then they turn it around, and because they have no confidence in themselves, they're pushing that idea on their child. Even though the child may not be like that, they're forcing it and twisting the child's mind to even do such a shit like that. And how do we not know that is the case? That this is actually a boy dressed up as a female because of the parent.
Well,
because there are parents that have this. I can't think of this mental disorder where they sabotage their own children just to get attention. And I know people like, well, what attention is the parents getting? Well, if the motherfucker win a gold medal, don't they get a fucking attention?
A whole lot of goddamn it. You ain't got no fucking sense right now. All right, so just to aid on, to be equal, I got a video from an actual doctor trying to explain this. So let me just go ahead and roll the clip.
Did he list his fucking criteria? His where he got his degree from, how long his residency that he took, where was the residency took place? Did he see if it was certified by the state, whatever he's at, or whatever country he's in?
You ain't giving no mercy, are you? You ain't.
Is he doing that? If he cannot provide none of that shit, he's a quack. Like I say, he's a quack motherfucking doctor. Quack, motherfucker.
Goddamn, Daffy.
That's right.
That's right.
Quack, motherfucker.
You don't get us canceled again. Let me roll this goddamn commercial.
You're really making all of this by hand.
Oh, yeah. The avocados are hand mashed. The chips are hand tossed. And
until all this passed, they ain't paying me anything.
Well, you got it playing, man. So shit, you doing this for free for them. Chipotle.
That far. We don't see him with no Brady fat. All right, let's go ahead and get the real. Let's get the juke stuff. All right,
female and subsequent gender identity is as simple as having or not having an X chromosome, then please stick around and watch this video to try and learn a little bit about this crazy controversy that's going on in the Olympic world. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dr. Brian Suter, and my goal in this channel is to help teach you about the medical side of the sports world. I'm actually in Paris right now. I've been here for the Olympics the past week or so. You look at the outside my window there. It's been absolutely beautiful. But the biggest story the past couple days has been, of course, with women's boxing. The story, of course, is that this Algerian boxer, Imane Khelif, is identifying as a woman. She's in female women's boxing, but there's a lot of talk that people saying she's a male. She's had these previous disqualifications for having XY chromosomes and failed gender testing. And so why in the world are we letting a man compete in a woman's sport, especially boxing? This is not the first time we've seen a big story like this. You might remember this track and field athlete, Caster Semenya, who was a middle distance runner who was disqualified from running certain events because of this whole differences in sexual development diagnosis and picture. This is going to be as simple as possible of an embryology or the study of how we grow and develop, genetics and physiology lessons.
Say your piece real quick. I'm gonna keep the video going, but like, go ahead.
Man, that's bullshit. I don't believe nothing these quack motherfucking doctors say. And the reason why is simple. How many times has these dumb motherfuckers, and he look like he might go both ways or whatever the case may be.
Shit. Shit.
But anyway, this month, how many times doctors say one thing to the public and explain it, and it sounds so smart because they try to talk way above people's head so they don't look like a fool, and then later on, weeks, months, or a year later, they come back and they contradict what they previously stated. So how can you believe motherfuckers like him?
Oh shit.
And he called himself a doctor.
Oh shit.
But did he even state his specialty? Some doctors specialize. So how can he talk about something if he possibly don't specialize in that field? Because doctors have so many hours of lessons in certain things. Just why doctors don't know shit about herbs and remedies, because they only have less than 10 clock hours of school in that shit. So they don't know shit about it other than let's feed the American people and the world this medication bullshit by the pharmaceutical company because they bankrolling all this shit.
This bullshit.
So how can you trust someone that's the enemy to believe what they fucking say? I'm sorry, but this is bullshit.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You is.
I mean, I'm sorry on your show, but but it's still, this is bullshit.
Oh God, let me play a little bit more
lesson so I can try to open people's mind to some of these challenging discussion points. Our genes are the blueprint for how our body functions and is built and is made. We get 1/2 of our genes from our mother and 1/2 from our father. That means most humans will have 2 genes for sex. That can be either an X chromosome or a Y chromosome. Now, typically a female sex will have an X and an X chromosome, and a male sex will have an X and a Y. The contents of those chromosomes are what determine how we are going to develop either into a female, talking about sex again, or a male, again, talking about sex. So classic female sex, XX, classic male sex, XY. Now, interestingly, whenever we are
this
first
motherfucker trying to talk
we have
to
the
confuse
potential
people.
for
That's what this is. This motherfucker trying to talk to confuse folks. Because if you use just a little bit of this fucking what he's saying, and you use some fucking common sense, he's talking about you get from the parents the X, you get the father is the Y, and then you know they got 2 chromosomes, you yada 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 bullshit. Okay, so in this theory, based on this dumb fucker saying, if this boxer is a female, that means it would have what?
Not the it.
It would have what? XX, right?
Yep.
Okay. So, but they're saying what? It had
X and Y. It.
So if that's the case, then he's basically indirectly saying, then this person has XXY, 3 chromosomes.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So why doesn't it have? And those that's listening and watching, you gotta excuse me. I'm blunt like a motherfucker, especially when I'm hot about stupid shit. Why does this individual boxer does not have both parts of a male and a female?
Oh shit. You did not just. No, you didn't. I know you just didn't. I know you didn't just lay that out.
Based on what the fuck he's saying and the way he's explaining it. Now, if that's the case, why don't they just fucking come out and just say that? People will understand, and people will understand. Okay, it was born like that with male and female parts, and the individual decided he wanted to be a female. Now I can respect that, but I still wouldn't stick that motherfucker in no ring with no female. Based on what he just described about chromosomes, because people hear, but they don't fucking listen and they don't fucking process and think. He just said 1 from the mother, 1 from the father, right? So if you get 1 from the mother and 1 from the father, and this person is a fucking female, which is XX, and he's saying he got extra chromosome, which is the Y from the father, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got 3 fucking chromosomes. So why in the hell you ain't got? So why in the hell you just look that way, but you ain't got both parts? Explain that lot based on what he described.
So basically, you saying this person, or it, as you keep saying, should have a stick and a punani.
Yes, that motherfucker should have. That motherfucker should have a third leg, or that motherfucker should have a slip and slide.
Wait, I know you just didn't fucking slip. I hope nobody slide in that. Well, you know, somebody probably is.
I'm just saying, based on what he just described. And then if you pay attention, he's trying to talk above to confuse people, to justify, to make himself sound good. I don't know if this motherfucker is really trying to get watchers just to watch him explain, and dumbass motherfuckers will just listen to this shit and believe this foolishness without using no fucking common sense, without referring back to the basics of science. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry. It's just every time
I don't know why you
stupid.
keep. I'm gonna try to play a little bit more, but I think
I apologize. You know, when somebody come with bullshit, I call bullshit. It's a bullshit flag.
I will attempt one more time.
I apologize. For our sexual organs, our gonads, to be either female or male. The presence of specific genes on the Y chromosome differentiate that down a pathway to become male. So without that Y chromosome turning on the pathway to become male, everybody would go down the female path in terms of their sexual development. So if you have a normal functioning Y chromosome that turns on the pathway to send you down to have male sexual characteristics, male genitalia, etc. That's the basic black and white kind of bread and butter of how things normally go. But as you can imagine, there are a lot of possible errors in not only the genetic composition, but also what happens from the downstream physiology standpoint. On that Y chromosome is a specific gene that turns on a lot of the testosterone, the androgen signaling pathways that form the gonads, the external and internal sexual characteristics. So we're talking about the external signs like breast, gonads, etc., versus the internal genetics. With these differences or disorders of sexual differentiation, or DSD, the genetics are XY. So you have that Y chromosome that's trying to turn on the pathway to fully have those male characteristics. But there's abnormalities.
I can't listen no more. I cannot listen no more. I cannot listen no more. How in the hell? Okay. Play it again, but go back just a little bit. Go back just a little bit.
I already closed the video, man.
Okay. He said the Y chromosome is trying to go the pathway, and then he was talking about another not gene, but he never said what gene. He's speaking general, not specific. Then he said the Y chromosome is the pathway, right? So you telling me every female that got a twat, they got a hair around their cat, has a Y chromosome inside of them, and you just ignore the double X chromosome. Is that what he's saying? Because that's the way I interpreted it and the way it sounded like to me. And if that is the case, then men have an X chromosome, double X chromosome, or a piece of extra X in us. Does that shit sound any fucking common? Does that shit make any sense? Only thing that I agree with him on is that when he stated that when you born, you come with the XX and the XY, in so many words he was saying, and biologically, you for male and female. That's the only thing I agree, which means that the ABC community can think and feel whatever they want to fucking feel, but your X and Y will say you're a man, and your XX when you're born says you're a female. You can think however you want. You can say you're a motherfucking bird or an eagle flying while you walking around on the ground. But either way it go, your ass is what you were born with based on your chromosome. And you can't change the chromosome unless you're a fucking alien.
You said a whole fucking alien. We getting out of space in this goddamn motherfucker. We over here just calling all kinds of creatures to come to planet Earth.
I mean, think about it. And I know people don't like the way I'm saying it, how I'm saying it. But if you use your
fucking... the raw version of podcast. You say what it is.
If you really think about and process what he's saying.
People don't think.
And that's the problem. They want to jump on the fucking bandwagon. And just because the train is moving, that may not be the right train for you. And that may be the train that's going to send your ass to hell or crash or burn. And your ass is just want to be... Your ass want to be follow the leader,
but I need to get
don't think because you.
I need to get on the moving train
because you want somebody else to think for you.
I got tired of being still on the train. I got tired of being still on the train, so I had to get on something moving. I ain't going nowhere, so I was like, "This train got to go somewhere." If you stop
sucking your mama's titty and grow the fuck up, male and female.
Well, goddamn.
This is foolishness. This is stupid. This is ignorance.
Okay, so let's be real about it.
I'm being real.
I know you are, but Yeah, you've been real for the longest. What I'm getting to is none of this discussion would have never started if we never, in your terms, the ABC community would have never been pushing whatever agenda they had years ago. Ever since that has been going on,
Obama,
there has been yeah, that part. Ever since that started, there has been a whole bunch of, well, we're not confused, a confusion in the public about gender identification.
Yeah.
When before then, we didn't have that issue at all.
Because you didn't have no motherfucking dude or no boy trying to dress up like a little, not the females with double X, but
that part.
The its that want to be females looking like a little bitch.
These people, the its.
Looking like a little bitch. Want to go in a female restroom. And 9 times out of 10, or there's a great chance if it's 9 times out of 10, if it's not that, but there's a great chance that the motherfucker is saying that they transgender just to go in there to be a molester.
And that's another
thing.
Now, we're talking about like, you know, restrooms. I never will forget. I felt, you know, I got the hell out of look. I was getting dressed in the men's locker room at Planet Fitness. And you, as you the it was just la 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 shaking their tail feather in the mirror, and all the guys walking in was like, I'm out. Another person was like, oh hell no. But this is the norm that y'all have pushed.
That is the reason why I still say to this day, the military is weak behind Obama and his bullshit of the ABC community, because the kids that are not like that, refuse to be like that, and not be manipulated to be like that is the reason why a lot of them won't join, will not join. They would rather go to jail if there was a draft than to be in the military with people like that, simply because they have to be concerned with this person mentality while being in combat, trying to protect themselves and do their job. And what people don't fucking understand in combat, when you are distracted with bullshit like that, why do you think so many years females was not allowed in direct combat? Because it would have fucked up emotions. It would have fucked up the man's head in combat. And many wars the United States would have been in, we would have lost. So you don't think this same bullshit is taking place with the ABC community, endangering the country? Because I guarantee you damn well, if you're that fucking confused about what you are and who you are, how in the hell are you going to be not confused when we in the combat zone?
I just said, hey, breaking news. Look like we got someone in. Can you hear me?
Yeah, good evening, guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. Like you just got off of work.
Bro, yeah, I'm trying to get to the house.
You're trying to get to the house on the go. So we've been having everything. We've been putting our opinions. We need some controversy on this damn topic. Well, it's already controversy. So how do you feel about the boxer? Yeah, my co-host over here have been saying like it's a it. So what do you feel?
All right, so I'm in the opposite direction. I do feel like that is a woman. Yes, she unfortunately has.
If that's the case, that's an ugly ass motherfucking woman.
He has no filter. You might as well get ready for this. Keep going.
That motherfucker was on fire. I wouldn't even pee on it and say that motherfucker. That motherfucker that ugly.
I'll see you later.
I hope you know what you signed up for. You just got off of work to get some more shit.
Okay. So yeah, I definitely believe like it's a woman. She was born a woman, raised a woman, has always been a woman, and I think.
Man, that's ugly.
I think it's really important to note that in her country, being intersex, transgender, any of that shit is not even allowed. Like that's illegal. So there would not be at any point, at any time, where she would be considered that. She was just always a girl.
Really?
You can't, in Algeria, you can't be trans. Like You can't go get the surgery. You can't do none of that. It's legal there. They don't even support like basic LGBT rights, much less transgenderism.
Okay, so you saying that if it cannot go to another country, have it done that's outside the country, and then come back?
Right. Why would Algeria pick a transgender as their representative when they don't?
Because the ABC community has always been pushing their agenda, just like they did in the damn
you mean to tell me
Olympic.
that a community pushed an agenda onto a country that doesn't accept it, and that country went and picked a representative, a trans representative, and sent them over there to represent them.
Put it like this: it's not any different than the United States doing the same shit when now they put the transgenders and everybody in the military.
Because it's honestly a lot different. It's wildly different because here in America it would be legal, whereas here in America it would be legal, whereas there it would be illegal by prison time. That's a whole different ball game.
I mean, until I see the actual professional documents and it is a female, it's an it to me. Until I see the damn documentation, because
by the way, if you have a link, you can send it to me in the comment. I mean, in the messages.
I don't trust anything any doctor says. Like I stated before, because doctors will lie in a minute, especially when you're up under pressure by either the government or politicians or even money or whatever. So there's always a loophole where a man can do. If man can create a law, then a man can find a loophole to get through. And there's no difference in this situation. So until I see the paperwork, it's a man to me. And if it is a female, if it comes down and it's a legitimate documentation, it's not forged or created like a lot of governments do, then it still stands. That's an ugly motherfucker.
Hey, Jasim. I think we pissed somebody off. Look at this comment. Algeria with hit. That is not the right. I'm gonna leave the spelling alone. She has a female organ, so she's a female. Long live.
Okay, so if she, so how can the hell you can say it's female? Did you go between the legs and check?
Oh God damn! That's how we.
Bottom line.
You just shoot class like this.
Bottom line. You go down there and check. Just like nowadays, if you're a straight dude and you come with female, you kind of wonder. Now let me check down there and make sure you square it away, because you know you can't trust the top. Let me check to make sure the bottom is square.
Anything else?
No.
You've been on a rampage from the beginning. Y'all thought I was bad. You better be glad Becky ain't on here, because he would have told us.
I know. Let's see. You mentioned, I think you were mentioning the Army or something earlier. Was that what you were talking about? Did I miss that?
No, I was talking about being in the military, how the military is all fucked up.
What's wrong with the military? What did I miss?
Oh, let me bring it back to speed. What he was talking about is like how there's a lot of, I guess you can say, publicly there's confusion because of like a gender identification going on. And what he was saying is like, you can't have that kind of distraction while in combat, because you got to be focusing on what you need to be doing to do your job. Because
I ain't gonna hold you. Who's distracted by that? Like if somebody's shooting at me, the last thing I'm worried about is if this person over here has a dick or a vagina.
Okay.
All I care about is if they have a gun that can defend me.
Like, well, respond to Sim. That was your
so let me ask you this question: have you been in the military?
Nah.
Okay, so you're speaking on something you've never been experienced. So you're going off of either TV or a video game or a commercial. Okay, I've been in combat, so I can tell you that can and does cause a distraction. That's why, like I stated before, women were not allowed in combat for so many years because of the same type of distraction, because of that mentality.
Because men can't handle themselves.
It's not about men can't handle themselves.
Nah, because that's immediately what is given. Because if you don't have the maturity and the mindset to be,
but you talking on what you're doing. But my point is this: if you've never been in combat, you're speaking about hypothetical.
My brother and my sister are in the Army, and when I tell you that if you can't hold your thoughts because there's a girl over here and that's throwing you off, whose fault is that? Realistically. Be so for real.
And I'm being for real. I'm being for real.
So whose fault is that?
That is the fact that they shouldn't be in there. Why in the hell you think the military right now is so low? They had to put in the draft where they automatically draft people because nobody coming in. And why do you think so many people that are staying in?
Technically ever left. Ever.
No. When they changed the draft where it was voluntary, where they tell you and you have to volunteer and sign up for the draft, right? Mm-hmm. Now they have it where you don't do that. They're gonna automatically do it for you, and don't care whether or not if you are in college, they snagging you. Like at one point, if you was in college, they'll give you a pass, but they're not doing that anymore. And the only reason why I know is because, like I said, I've been in it. I have family in it. I know people still in it. Higher ranking, all the way up to DC. I know all of this because we talk about it all the time. Good leaders have left. All the good leaders of the military has left. Only thing that's left are these sorry ass people that are domestic violence or they do sexual assault. Because I hear it all the time. Because I'm working with the people that's when I'm doing the paperwork, I'm working with them trying to understand what happened, and they telling me that's all that's left. And when the Department of Defense spend over 15 in millions for 1,500 people to have a transgender operation in the military where it's a defense budget, when the defense budget is to protect the country, not to pay for somebody to get their dick whacked. And at the same time, they want the VA to cover the cost because of that. And
Right,
that has nothing to do with. That has nothing to do with.
Two different points. Now you're talking about what we're doing with funds, much less.
But it's
what we're doing on
it's a domino effect. It's all a domino effect. This is the domino effect because of that.
Okay. Now I can agree with you on the use of the funds because we only have so much, and we only have so much to go around. We can't be using it for things like that. I agree with you on that. But as far as them being in combat, I think you're wilding a little bit because I'm gonna tell you, at the end of the day, if I'm ever in any situation where I need somebody to have my back with a gun, if somebody's about to kill me, I guess what do I do? What do I do? Just lay down and just let it happen because it's a woman behind me? Like, oops. Well,
there ain't gonna be no one.
I guess it's a girl.
Because if they confuse about if they're confused who they are.
No.
Then why would I trust somebody
in the army? If there's a woman in the army and
if it's a woman that was born a woman with the chromosome as a woman and not trying to be something else, that's different.
So, can trans people not shoot guns?
Oh, they can shoot guns, but there's no trust.
Oh, see, once again, we circle back. That's a you issue.
No, it's not you issue.
Them.
No, it's not a you issue. Because
you don't trust them because I trust anybody
if you look at where the military used to be and where it is now and why it has dropped so down so much and the reason why. Look at the reason why. And if someone had enough balls like what I do, and they would tell you and not hide or not keep secrets or what have you, they would tell you that's the reason. Because I'm gonna tell you now, most veterans that I'm coming across, they had the same thoughts, same feelings, from the Vietnams to the Iraq to Iraqi freedom to the Desert Storm. They all saying the same shit. Only difference is like when.
So they were saying that years ago, before this became like common thing.
Yeah, it was a big issue. When Obama jumped in, that's when everybody started dropping out. When he started allowing them in the military, everybody started dropping out.
Right. So how much of the military do you think they would make up? It couldn't even be close to, I wouldn't even put it at 10%. It'd be well under that. So you telling me that such a small percentage of people is what caused the entire ideology behind
it's
the
all
military.
psychological to the point where nobody wants to be around something like that when
So
it,
once
like I said, if
again,
it's
I'm saying this is a you problem because
no,
if
it
your
ain't got nothing
psychology
about
cannot handle it, that's you. That's
no,
on you, bro.
no,
That's not nobody else's problem.
because you're basically saying what's wrong, you want it to be right, and what's right, you want it to be wrong. That's basically what you're saying.
No, I didn't say anything.
No,
All I
that's what you're
said is that
saying.
you can't
No,
handle a woman or a trans person having your
no,
back, and you suddenly
Why?
don't
But
trust them.
but like I said, why would I be with and have someone around me that already confused about who and what they are, and then I'm in combat and it just does not make any freaking sense.
All right, so let me ask you this. All right, straight question to you. Let's say you're in combat. I'm just putting a situation. I know you wouldn't allow this to happen, but let's say you run out of ammunition. Just follow me on this. And you have a transgender military person, you basically a comrade right next to you. Are you going to trust him to give you cover fire as you look for the reload for ammunition? And why not? Explain.
No, and I just said it earlier. If they are already confused who and what they are already showing instability. No, I need somebody that's stable and know.
So it's more the emotion aspect you don't like. That's what I'm getting.
You can call it as you want, but no. The no.
All right. So gentlemen, do you think this is going to open the door for, let's say, transgender or whatever identification boxer athletes to go in the other divisions after this?
They're gonna drop out. A lot of them are gonna start testing, and or they're gonna drop out. Watch and see.
What about for you? Any thoughts on that? You think it's going to open up the door for other people who want to identify something that they believe in to cross into sports?
You mean to like crossover into other sports?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't see it. I don't really see it happening. I don't see it happening. Just because if you just look at this situation, just this one in a box, like the amount of uproar that this caused, if we were to have an actually confirmed transgender person, it would be wild. They already had a situation where there was a transgender person, I want to say on a swim team. I don't know if it was the Olympics or if it was just some swim competition, but that person beat everybody, and they ended up not only removing them from the league, but like disbarring them of all their, accomplishments or whatever. And so, no, I don't think it'll happen. I really don't. If anything, I think what I could see happening is probably over time they might get their own league, but I don't ever see it actually mixing up. Nah. Because there's too many to me, well, in my opinion, there's too many advantages that like a biological male would have over a female, or even vice versa, depending on some situations. So I don't think I see it happening anytime soon. It would just be unfair.
All right. So with that said, Terrell, you sent me a link earlier. I'm gonna actually let you go over it. All right.
No, I'm gonna let you go over it. You go ahead.
Okay. So let me share the screen of this. This is what we just pulled up. And he sent me. So we got. All right, here. Hope y'all seen this. Here's how much the Pentagon has spent so far to treat transgender troops. Kind of going off of what you were saying earlier. Pentagon has spent $15 million in the past. $15 million. God damn. To treat 1,892 transgender troops, including $11.5 million for psychotherapy and $3.1 million.
Before you finish that, let me ask you something, Chris. Take 15 million if you got your calculator and divide it how many people they said that they paid for.
You talking about the 1,892?
Yeah. What do you get?
I get roughly by average 7,928.
That's how much they spend per person. Then they're supposed to be buying equipment and everything else. TDYs, uniforms, deployments, movement from one base to the next, one location to the next.
And by this, you saying like actually our funds and actually
my point is this: priorities all fucked up behind this shit.
And then let's see. I'm kind of quickly skimming over it. 2018, roughly 14,707 transcendent troops served in the U.S. Army, including 9,000 active duty, 5,727 in the reserve. I did not know that was many people in the reserves. And then, this is huge. According to the DOD, the department spent $11,582,262.99 on psychotherapy for service with a gender that's a fair. Ooh.
Now you see, it's a domino effect of what I'm saying. I'm just giving pieces of the puzzle so you can see the whole picture.
Right. So
what's your response to that?
Even with those stats, I'm really not too bothered, honestly. First off,
you should. Don't you pay taxes?
For military spending, $15 million is not that much.
But do you pay taxes?
Yeah.
So you saying it doesn't bother you, but you pay taxes, and that money is wasted on that.
$15 million for military spending is nowhere near a lot of money, and that we spend insane amounts of money on other stuff in this country.
I don't disagree with you for as the amount of money the United States spend, but I do disagree with you in the nonchalant you saying $15 million, because that $15 million, how you think they're going to make that up? Like what they're doing now with inflation.
Okay. All right. So when you talk about inflation, I think in the last 4 to 5, maybe even we can go back 8 years, the last 2 presidencies, how much has inflation really affected you? Your grocery budget has maybe possibly went up $100. What? Gas, maybe an extra $10. Rent, probably another $50 or so. I feel like a lot of times when people get into talking to mortgages, 401ks, all that shit, even when you speaking on inflation,
you must be making six or seven figures.
In almost all cases, you're not really hurting as much as folks tend to think they are. Like, people swear that inflation has just completely shook every bit of their foundation, when realistically, I think altogether after let's say the last 2 presidencies, I think I might be looking at an extra $150. Like, people are either living beyond their means or they financially irresponsible, because I'm not rich by any means. I don't have some rich job, but I also know I'm not hurting, and I know inflation has never just had me just shook.
One thing you just said I have to strongly agree with you on is like a lot of people are living beyond their means. That's one thing I can agree with you, especially when trying to keep up with lifestyle and some of the things like
name brand stuff and this and that. Now that part,
of course, it's personal choice, but it's pretty much like dying a sword. Like, you don't have to spend those kind of things.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. But
continue.
But no, just circling back to his point though with the spending, I did say a while ago that I do agree though that shouldn't be what we need to be spending our military budget on anyway. But even if that is the case, I just don't think $15 million is even moving the needle for the military, especially when it comes to military spending.
So what do you think is that?
Just in the amount that we've donated to Ukraine, what you're talking about medical treatment is a joke. Like,
but who is spending the money and sending the money to the Ukraine?
We are, America.
I didn't approve it. I didn't agree with it.
But that's the representative.
And I didn't vote for the person. I didn't vote for the person that's in it. So
I can't fight you on that.
You know what I'm saying? So like that'd be like you and I, all three of us get together and we got a pot of money. I ain't gonna just go and say I think this is best for us. I'm gonna ask you all, and we all got to buy in. But if one of us say no, we ain't gonna happen. I don't believe in that BS that's going on with spending all that money over there, because all it is, the way I see it, is borrowing money from the Federal Reserve, which is a private bank, which they charge the government interest, and they pass that on to the American people for the inflation on the economy to be where it is now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I think people don't understand about how to trace the money, to understand how the money flows. Every time they keep sending that money over there, we're the ones that got to pay that interest plus principal back.
And what I'm also gathering is, like, ever since the Don't Ask, No Tell has been pushed through, you're basically going off what you're saying, it's been chaos.
It has been chaos. It has. It's like what would be the difference is I go around when there's a parade and I yell, I like females, I sleep with females and all this other shit, and have signs and all that in front of them. Isn't that like me forcing my thinking, my thoughts on them?
Any response?
And
as
even
far as
in
the parade situation,
and in the movies, when you have kids now, everything now, kids really can't see stuff that, because they pushing it through TVs, cartoons, and everything else.
Okay. I see. I know what you're saying. Okay, so with that, I can tell you right now that is definitely not as big. I feel like people tend to make that into just this massive thing where it's in the movies or it's in a cartoon, and I think that's wild to me because, like, first and foremost, children don't gain sexuality from watching a TV show or even watching their people around them or their parents. For instance, because if that was the case, then all the gay people growing up should have been straight. Because all we had growing up was straight cartoons, straight parents, straight TV shows.
Now, some had straight parents. Not everybody had straight parents.
So you want to so for them to say,
because there was still some down low motherfuckers, so we can't say that.
Like, so to say my child saw like a gay cartoon kissing, and then now that's gonna turn them gay. That's not how that works. Like, Snow White
kids will imitate what they see. Kids
Hey.
will imitate what they see, and as soon as kids imitate what they see, they're going to automatically think. Because I've already spoke to different psychologists, and because of their immaturity in their brain until they reach the age of 27, they're gonna mostly duplicate what they see, not what they hear. And that's the issue, because their brain is still a sponge and they absorbing every single thing. Now, you can say what you want, but you talk to a psychologist like I did, several different ones, and they all saying the same thing.
I think your psychiatrist is tripping, because it literally, what you're saying, it literally makes no sense. Because if that was the case, all these people that were gay growing up should have been straight, because there was nothing but straight media everywhere, and that's all it's ever been. So you would think that would have rubbed off on them, right? But nah, they still grew up how they was. So I think that's the wildest thing to me when people be like, "Oh, well, my kid gonna see it, and now they automatically gay." That's not how that works. If that's not.
What you got,
real quick.
How you doing, Phil?
Let me go ahead and we have the one and only. Go ahead, speak.
Hello, everybody. What's up?
She's back again for another episode.
Back again.
Yes. So I want to make sure you have the opportunity to speak your opinion. So with all the controversy after the boxer, you see the title, who it is.
Right. I've been listening a little too.
Give me quick. I want to give you an opportunity. What's your thought process with all this? Is like is this person supposed to be allowed to box in the competition, and how you think that's affecting society? I'll throw the question like that.
Well, it's a complicated issue, that's for sure. When we're talking about just, people's identities, and we're talking about, things that are super personal, and then you're kind of involving in competition on top of that. And then, it's a lot of moving parts. I think specifically if we're talking about just the boxer, I will say it was difficult for me to watch as a woman. I will say that. As a cis woman, I will say it was difficult for me to watch. I know, like, it's the Olympics. They all have worked so hard their entire lives to get there, but I do think that if I was that female boxer, the Italian boxer, I forget her name. Do we know her name? I don't remember. I'm gonna say her name. I'm gonna find out. But the Italian boxer, the one who quit the fight after being punched in the face by the transgender boxer, it was hard for me to watch, and I understand why she did drop out. That being said, I do think there's a place for trans people at the Olympics. I do. I just don't necessarily know if that was the right move. And this is all new, so I'm not going to be like mad at Paris or the Olympic Council. I'm not going to be mad at the boxers. I'm not mad at anybody. I just feel like I want them to be included, of course, but I just don't know if that was the way to do it.
So, gentlemen, what do y'all have to say about that? I see Gisimo. Any response, y'all? Don't be quiet like the crickets. He said,
Nah, I think she handled it well.
No, thanks. Wow.
You got some applause. Gisimo, we need some feedback from you. Can you hear me? You able to respond?
Me?
No, I was talking about Gisimo.
Oh, okay.
Probably a little busy right now.
You're muted, bro.
You're muted. Gisimo, you're muted.
Is my audio too loud, y'all?
It's a little feedbacky.
Okay, my bad. Hang on.
We were trying to hear you. I just saw you on mute. Did you hear everything?
Okay. Hello? Yeah.
Did you hear everything though?
I heard bits and pieces. I didn't get everything.
Okay, from the bits and pieces that you heard, what's your response?
Shit. Dude, that's why I was a bits.
Oh my God.
No, I had an important call that was on the side. That's why I was jumping on it real quick. So what was actually that I missed? That everybody disagreed with me.
That's because that's what you want to hear. That is not what I said.
I just said you disagree with me.
Y'all always putting these labels on me. Always.
No, I didn't know if you said something or not. So I just said y'all. So I didn't know if you said something or what's his name? QC said
it
something.
Was exclusively me.
Oh, you said something. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know, sweetheart.
Oh God.
You're good. You're good.
I guess I don't want to just quick sum what you just said, but basically
just summarize, man. You educated. Summarize, brother.
But it's her statement. She's agreeing, saying it's very, like, as a woman, it's hard for her to watch, especially with the high controversy that was going on behind. And she was also saying, like, there needs to be a place where they can have their own part to be part of Olympics, but not exactly in it, like the men and women division.
You know what?
See, look at that. I agree with you. Well, I'll specify, I'll clarify. I said that it was hard for me to watch as a woman. Yes. I think that there's a place for trans athletes in the Olympics, but I don't necessarily think that the way they handled this situation was correct, because it was difficult for me to watch. So see, every now and then.
You see, just laughing his ass off.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
like I said, I gotta be honest. I want it to be equitable. I want it to be fair. I want to see everybody do what they've been working their whole lives for. I want everybody there. But I do want everybody to have a fair competition. And I can't say I'm not a professional boxer. If someone came at me at all, I'm out. So, like, it's just for me.
She said, I'm out.
It was hard to watch, period. But like I said, I want everybody there.
From the south side of Houston, third ward, we go get a stick, a bat, and everything.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm out. I ain't fighting fair. But
that's how that's the way we play. We don't play fair neither.
No. But yeah, like, so I want to see everybody compete, but I do want it to be equitable and fair, and I don't think that was.
Yeah. So respecting everybody's time, I appreciate, because I know we started late. But like, what do you think should be the move going forward after this?
How they
all,
like my sister said, out of your own shit. Have your own.
Do not ascribe that to me.
No, I'm just saying. I just like what you said. In other words, have your own shit. Stop pushing your agenda and your shit on everybody else. Have your own shit.
So, how do you think we should move forward after all of this?
Shit. I say moving forward, it's important for them to really define and set the boundaries for what they want going forward. You don't want to deal with this next year or moving forward at all, honestly. So I think it's important for them to sit down and really decide, like, okay, this is what we're going to do about this. This is what we draw in the line at. Because I feel like there's too much gray area right now, and they need to make sure that this situation doesn't pop up again the next year, because moving forward, like, it doesn't do anything for anybody. Like, the other girl, the one that lost, is forever on her record. Then the girl that won, nobody gonna give a damn, because this is forever on her record. And so it's like, it ain't do nothing for nobody. It really just left a stain on this whole competition.
It really did. All right.
And I want to say both of their names, but the Italian boxer, the one who quit, was Angela Carini. And Carini, am I saying that right? Carini, I think.
Yeah, I think you said it right.
And then the other boxer, the one who kind of caused all the attention here, is it Imane Khelif?
I believe so.
So it's either Imane or I don't know how to pronounce it.
Don't ask me, because I'm butchering all kinds of words.
I think it's either Imane or Imani. I'm gonna just make some shit up. I don't know. I'm lying. I don't know how to pronounce her name.
I did my best. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong.
Props to you, because I know I messed them up. But before you how should we go moving forward, William? Before I wrap the show up.
Moving forward, I think, like, we gotta do exactly what we're doing. We gotta talk about it. We gotta, see what makes sense, and see what's fair, see what's equitable. I think the simplest solution definitely would be to maybe just kind of figure out a third category of competitors.
And I see nothing wrong with that. That ends the whole issue with that.
Yeah, and that could be cool too, because like, I don't know, like, it could look completely different from what we're used to. It's an opportunity to do something funky, fresh.
Yeah,
hey.
I agree.
All right, so wrapping up, where can they find y'all? Sim, go ahead. We're gonna do the same clock rotation.
Boy, you can get tongue tied, boy. You speaking in tongues or something over there, man? Man. Oh, you can find me over at In the Trenches podcast every Friday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on YouTube channel. And not only that, hey, check out the website, because we got the hottest gear, because we speak real and raw as just what I said, what I mean, and I mean what I said today. So if you're not grown and you're still sucking on that ninny, then you need to go to another podcast.
You got no fucking. Can you see if you would like you want to let the people know where they can find you? It's up to you.
You can
find first time.
socials. All my socials are QC Evolution. So X, Snapchat, fucking Instagram, all of them are the same.
That's the first time he cussed. He said,
Oh, my bad.
That's right. All right. You actually showing some soul in you, brother. That's what I'm talking about. That's that real shit.
God.
Can y'all cuss on here? I'm sorry.
Yes, this is the raw version. You good.
Yeah.
He said, I'm sorry.
It's the real shit.
Okay, where can they fuck you with it?
Stop wiping your face like you're a pastor, man. Just say it. Shit.
You gotta get that towel. You better be glad I got mine. He's like, hold on, gotta.
Yeah, you wipe your
If
face
that was
like
a
you just
word.
got you done preaching a whole 2-hour sermon.
He kind of
Today,
did. I was watching it. He did some work.
Like he come on the podium, and today I came for a message from the heavens of above to speak to the people and give them some kind of message to receive. I got an email from God, and God told me today is your day of freedom. No, I'm playing this out.
Hey, man, he keep moving that camera like he trying to touch hands on somebody or something.
All right, where they find you? Yeah.
All right, y'all. Y'all can find me at Truly Witty pretty much anywhere, and that's right there. So you can see it at Truly Witty. Come talk to me.
All right. As it's been another blast on Street Topics, and we always bring you raw topics and bring the conversation to the mic. So if you have any other topics you want to discuss, go ahead and message me, comment, post, whatever, because this is what it's all about. Everybody has a voice. This has been another great episode. You can find me also at soulproduction.biz, or you can see on the handle at CHolmes on Instagram, X, Twitter. It need to go back to damn Twitter at this point, and YouTube, of course, at Soul Production as well.
That motherfucker confused as hell. He don't know Twitter or X.
Sidebar. Apparently,
it needs to be Twitter. It needs to go back to the dang Twitter.
The Twitter X headquarters or whatever is moving to Texas, so that's interesting.
All that ass moving to Texas. They need to get the hell out of here.
They just getting rid of San Francisco. They said throw
Crime's
it away.
gonna go up even more so. God damn.
Oh God, that's a whole nother topic. I'm gonna tell them switch the name back to Twitter. Because ain't nobody calling it X, it's Twitter.
I think Elon Musk did like a poll on that.
And everybody, majority, I saw that too, was like, change
Twitter
it back. Everybody said Twitter. Change the damn name back. Shit.
Yeah.
So, yes. Make sure you subscribe and keep things going. And I'll leave you with this. Your voice is your freedom, so why not let it free? It's been nice, y'all. Go ahead, share it to the word and much more. Peace.